The unified routing capability in Dynamics 365 Customer Service transforms routing and assignment for your organization. It leverages logical rules and machine learning models to automatically find the best suited agent for new work items. It prioritizes and assigns the work to your agents based on skills, availability, schedule, priority, urgency, customer journey, and more. Here we will look at how unified routing works in the context of a voice call. For a sample scenario, let's consider Contoso Health, a company providing healthcare and insurance services globally. Renee, Claudia, and Gabriel are 3 customers of Contoso Health and vary in terms of their entitlement bands and their language preference. Renee and Gabriel haven't had any prior interactions with customer support, whereas Claudia has had multiple interactions within 2 days. These will be important considerations as we look at how unified routing will work when these customers reach out for support. Before we get to the conversation routing in action, let us look at how easy and intuitive it is to set this up. We'll see how customers reaching out over a voice call will be connected to the best suited agent. Contoso Health's admin can use the centralized user management hub for creating and maintaining their workforce for skill-based routing. Additional enhanced capacity management features such as capacity profiles and assignment blocking can enable effective optimization, and admins can also swiftly respond to elasticity in demand by moving agents across queues and skills. We will look at some of these key settings in detail. Let us consider 3 agents, Sarah, Maria, and Finn. These agents have varying skills and corresponding skill proficiencies as tabulated here. Based on the routing configurations Contoso Health's admin defines, the system will strive to determine the best matching agent for every incoming conversation. We, as the Contoso Health admin, are currently on the Customer Service Admin Center homepage. In the Channels section, we can see that a voice channel for Contoso Health has been created. For a deeper dive, let's go to the workstream this channel has been associated with. You can think of Workstream as a container that brings all your configurations related to the channel, its routing logic, work distribution settings, associated bots, and advanced settings such as notifications, quick replies, etc., under one single umbrella. We are currently in the Contoso Health voice workstream and can see up top that Contoso Health's voice channel has been associated with this. The routing section has 2 subsections, classification and route to queue. Under the classification section, we can define rules to enrich a voice call based on derived information which can be used as metadata for routing the conversation to a suitable queue and agent. For example, in this case, there are 3 classification rules defined. The first rule predicts the caller's sentiment. The second rule identifies and associates respective languages as skills. The third rule identifies whether the call is related to prescription or insurance and associates these as required skills. The next step in our setup is to define suitable rules for routing incoming calls to specific queues based on the relevant criteria. In this case, Contoso Health's admin wants all calls from premium customers with a negative sentiment to be routed to a Tier 1 urgent queue, and calls from premium customers with a positive sentiment to be routed to a Tier 1 regular queue. Every other call should be routed to a general queue. Once we have set up the conversation to land in the right queue, the final step is to assign it to the right agent within that queue. In this example, we're going with a skill-based routing approach, and hence the respective agents added in each queue have skills and skill proficiency defined, in addition to other relevant capacity profiles. For a call routed to the Tier 1 urgent queue, the system will look for agents who are best matched with respect to skills and their availability. Based on the assignment method configured here, the system will automatically send the call to the matching agent having the highest available capacity at that moment. Unified routing also supports multimodality out of the box. Customers can reach out to the contact center through multiple different channels like telephone, digital messaging, or email. The agents who provide support also split their bandwidth across the multiple channels they support. With unified routing, you can ensure that the agent's bandwidth is prioritized, and they are never assigned more work than they can handle. For example, if any agent is attending a voice call, they shouldn't be assigned any new work till they complete the voice call. Not just that, all such combinations across all channels can be efficiently supported by unified routing. Let's look at this with an example. Claudia, a customer of Contoso Health Services, has recently purchased health insurances for her employees. She wants to get the details of her employees' insurance claims. Despite calling earlier, her issue remains unresolved. She decides to talk to a support agent again. Claudia calls the toll-free number listed on Contoso's portal.
Thank you for your call. Someone will be with you in a moment. Hi, I'm a virtual agent. How can I help you today?
I'm frustrated. My employees are encountering issues with their health insurance claims. I'd like to know the status of my inquiry.
Let me get you to an agent. One moment, please.
Claudia is assigned to Sarah, who accepts the incoming call. We'll now see how unified routing uses customer's query and other customer attributes to route Claudia to the right queue and agent. Claudia's query is transcribed and analyzed to understand her sentiment, which is correctly predicted as negative. Together with the fact that Claudia is a premium customer, she's routed to a voice premium urgent queue. Her query is further analyzed to discover insurance skill using Intelligent Skill Finder. Together with Claudia's preferred language, unified routing assigns Sarah as the best agent to resolve her query. Let's deep dive into the unified routing stages. In the classification stage, rules and machine learning (ML) models can be used to add information on the work item, which can be used to find the best suited agent. In the route to queue stage, logical rules can be used to route the call to the right queue, or if no queue matches, the call is routed to fallback queue. In the prioritization stage, rules can be used to prioritize a cohort of customers ahead of others within the queue. In the assignment stage, you could start with a stricter rule, i.e. match for all skills, and if no advocate is found, the rules are relaxed to match any advocate. To handle surges, such as during holiday season, managers could add additional agents to a queue. They could then implement overflow options to transfer waiting customers beyond a point to another queue. Routing is complicated, but with unified routing, supervisors have access to rich data through which they can understand problems such as high transfer rate. Using diagnostics, they can understand how a call is routed and assign to understand any misroutes and take corrective actions. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, unified routing has the following stages: classification, route to queue, and assignment. In the classification stage, rules and machine learning models can be used to enrich the work item with further information that will be used downstream in identifying the best queue and agent. Looking at the diagnostics record for Claudia's call, the caller's sentiment is identified as slightly negative. The required skills have been identified as English language and insurance skill. Since Claudia is a premium customer and has a negative sentiment, in the route to queue stage, she is routed to the premium urgent queue, dedicated for all premium customers. During the assignment stage, the service requests are prioritized and then assigned to the agent based on the nature of the work-related entities, agent skills, and the current state of the agent workforce in terms of availability and workload. Contoso Health looks for agents who have the nearest proficiency, matching all the required skills and real-time attributes like presence and capacity. Sarah Perez has all the required skills to address this query and the real-time attributes to accept the call from Claudia. The call is assigned to Sarah. She accepts the call and successfully helps address her query.